So I'll start with my brand new deck that I just bought. I love this deck so much. Oh my gosh. I'll show you the front of it. It's a brand new spirit deck, and it's power animals, spirit guides for your spiritual life.
Ooh.
It's very
Did you give
basic.
it a name?
It doesn't have a name yet, but the owl keeps staring at me, so it's gonna have some wise name of some kind. Oh, there we go. The tortoise will connect you to the love of Mother Earth. The tortoise will connect
Hmm.
you to the love of Mother Earth. Okay, tortoise, the love of Mother Earth. That gives us Bob Ross. What's next with Bob? Oh, there it is. The dead tree. Interesting. I love this card. Da-da. The dead tree. I'll show you the dead tree. The dead tree.
The dead tree.
Bob understood that in life, dead trees are just as important as living ones. Dead trees are a reality in nature, so don't leave them out just because they're dead. They're a part of nature's beauty. Even the scraggly evergreen clinging to the side of a cliff with its ugly limbs and branches only growing on one side has a place in the greater scheme of life. The dead tree might not be pretty, but it's still part of this world, and it reminds us that life continues, or pardon me, that life contains multitudes of the good and the ugly, and that everything around us should be appreciated. I feel this as a babe. I feel it as like there is dead things, but some portions of ourselves might feel dead, but it definitely has a place. A place.
Slow and steady. God.
You're getting that message constantly. Slow
Yeah,
and
slow and
steady
steady.
wins the race.
It's interesting how the dead tree comes out, like we're nearing the Halloween phase. But
Yeah,
also the way I felt it, like how it could be perceived with the body is we're always looking, at what's wrong. Like, I'm having trouble putting into words, but it's just like you look in the mirror and you say, "Oh, look at this wrinkle," or "Look at this blemish." Kind of like, well, it's the same as that dead tree. What does this signify, or where does that blemish, why is it there? Because there's something, maybe oily skin, stop eating maybe oily foods, or it could be different things, or the wrinkle could be the worry. It's not always aging, because you get some 30-year-olds with a newborn wrinkle, or 40-year-olds because of stress and worry. And it's how we can use those things instead of pushing him away, or hiding him, or saying, "Oh, be gone."
I'm
Just
hearing the line,
honoring the message.
this. I hear I earned this.
Yeah.
Like you earned the wrinkles, you earned the gray, you earned whatever it was. I'm also hearing because the whole description from Bob Ross was that like scraggly tree hanging off a cliff, and I'm like hearing the tree be like, I'm fine. I'm fine, like as I am. Like I am beautiful. This is because, there was a mudslide and a something else, and I'm still hanging on. I might not look the greatest, but I'm still fucking here. And so, like, the tree or the wrinkles or whatever it is we have, it's like, no, 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 I earned this shit and I'm still fucking here. Like, leave it, honor it.
And the
Yeah.
tree's taking his leap of faith
Yes,
in slow-mo.
I can.
Come back in 300 years, and he'll be on like the boulder way across.
Yeah, look, I got a plan. I'm going over there. All right, all these cards just dropped out of the deck, so I didn't even get to pull them. These are chakras, one after the other. We've got release of the crown chakra. We've got self-worth of the sacral chakra. It's interesting that that's like a wintry scene. And the and the cemetery for the release. We've got the devil in insecurity.
Okay.
We've got impatience of the throat chakra,
Okay.
which we already knew, and we've got renewal of the root chakra, and then forgiveness of the third eye.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Those are very big, like one after the other. Release came first. Release, then self-worth. Then we realize our insecurity, but we're impatient. We need the renewal of safety and to forgive what it is that we think we've been seeing.
Wow, it's like depicting a full cycle of
I like that it goes up and down,
yeah.
that it's not just like this. It kind of goes, no, no, be aware that there's a lot
Mm,
of this.
interesting. It's like this full cycle of it could be a oh wow, because it can go in a spiritual sense for the departed with with the Day of the Dead coming. It's really appropriate how you can honor your ancestors or the nearly departed ones, and even for yourself within your own body, how that is a cycle to work through hardships or problems or even happiness, to work through happiness. Sometimes in happiness, like you stop your own happiness or expressing the happiness that you have because there's somebody around you that's in like a sad state. So you end up hurting yourself by not honoring the happiness, and you have to go through that cycle then of that full cycle of forgiving and acknowledging and expressing. It's interesting how even through happiness you can end up hurting yourself if you don't express it.
Absolutely. And I really like that tie to the ancestors as well, especially around this time of Day of the Dead and Halloween and everything. And I like that the first card had a cemetery on it. It's like we're releasing that came before us. We don't have to carry what came before us. And like you're saying, we don't have to dim our own light because other people are or other people have. Same with ancestors or
Mhm.
today people. I really like that. Okay, Bob Tortoise, a whole cycle. Okay, let's get some affirmations. Healing mantra, and then an affirmation. Dissolving judgment and amplifying abundance. Dissolving judgment. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Oh, interesting. That's very much everything that we just spoke of. And amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Interesting. Even just, wow, I've got goosebumps. Even after everything that you had just said about that whole cycle and like with the ancestors, we don't have to live their past, we don't have to live other people's things. What I'm hearing is this we're dissolving judgment of their lives and the way they lived because we are here now and we have the ability to decide that we're going to amplify our own abundance and not continue that pattern.
Well, the key word in there is now.
Mm.
is is that present moment. And those two cards, they really resonate in the solar plexus and the heart space of key of operating from that space rather than the other, that centeredness, articulation.
Yeah, I feel like the ancestors are coming in to say, like, forget about us. Like, we got us this far. Now, what have you done? Where are you going? Let's get more centered. Um, Interesting. Almost as if, like, I'm seeing the tree and the tortoise and all the forgiveness. What I'm hearing is like imagine the dead trees on the cliff and all the things, and that's our past ancestors doing their thing, and we kind of don't agree with how they handled it or whatever. But if we let go of the judgment and we forgive and just see it all as, okay, well, now I'm here to take better steps forward, then we're actually taking better steps forward than going, oh, well, my ancestors this and now I have to this. And
Mhm.
you're not even sturdy to stand there to say, I'm going to go forward. So I feel our ancestors being like, okay, enough of my stories. Let's go with ours, I guess. Um, this card will not go away. I expand time when I am inspired. One more. Yeah. Today I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. Peaceful, loving, we're not thinking of the past, and all I'm hearing, this card that keeps coming out, we're meant to be inspired. Like if we're not finding ourselves falling into big chunks of time where we're inspired to be doing things, then we're not meant to be there. We're taking wrong steps at that point.
It's funny how those two cards are seem to be like an extension of the two previous ones
Mhm.
of, as long as you're staying centered and in that moment, that present moment, then the other two can be the expression of that centeredness. Because whenever you're like in an activity or you're like fully into it, like you start writing, you start drawing, or you start tinkering, or building Lego sets, and you get into it, and then you pop your head up, you're done, and it's already night. You started at breakfast, and you're already at dinner, and you skipped lunch, and you didn't see anything going, and that you didn't see that time just fly by or expand itself. So it's it's funny.
And a lot of times you'll come out of that time where you were like in it, inspired, time didn't matter and nothing mattered. You pop out of it and then somehow you give yourself shame and guilt. You're like, well, should I have been doing something else? Well, this was wonderful that I felt this way, but what else should I have been doing? Almost negating the entire thing that you just did for yourself. And I didn't think these until you pointed that out. Literally, if I hold these two cards together and these two cards together, they are exactly the same. It is no judgment, thinking loving thoughts and compassion, and amplifying abundance, everything right here and now. And it says inspired time. That's right here and now. Beautiful. Okay. So then to top all this off, I have Glenda, my tarot deck. I haven't used Glenda in forever. Oh, there it is. And there it is. Okay.
Oh, hello, Glenda.
Oh, she gave me two here. Okay, six. Wow, there's a lot of. Okay, okay. So this one. This is the Six of Cups, and then the Ten of Wands, and then one, two, three, four, five, six. The Six of Coins reversed. All right, Glenda, what we got here? Cups. Five of Cups. No, one, two, three, four, five, Six of Cups. Okay, we're in a number of six today. Six of Cups and Six of Coins. Okay. You're focusing on past influences and childhood memories. The simplicity of innocence of childhood. You might feel nostalgia or homesickness and seek reunion, comfort, and warmth from family and close friends. Or you might be working with or taking care of children, which brings back memories of childhood, which take things to a simpler time. So, childhood memories, nostalgia, simpler time, feeling a warmth of like family and childhood memories, like childhood relationships. And then the reverse Ten of Wands is leading to stress and breakdown. You might feel like you're working hard, carrying all the burden, yet getting nowhere. Learn to say no, letting go, offload, delegate, release. And then Five of Coins. Okay. Okay, okay. Coins. This is interesting. I like this. Two and five. No, pardon me, six. You may experience lack of generosity, meaningness, or gifts that come with strings attached. One-sided charity, lack of community spirit, unfair power dynamics with relationships. You may lend a friend money but don't get paid back. You might help someone out but they fail to return the favor. It may be a reminder to make sure you're giving to yourself. Self-care is important, especially if you've been giving mode for a long time. So stress and breakdown, not thinking about ourselves first, and feeling nostalgic about the past. I'm feeling like I'm feeling like there's this dual sensation inside myself of like looking at the past with nostalgia, but also not understanding and feeling a bit of judgment, kind of wanting to go back, but not all the way, and then feeling right now all of the burdens, and then going, okay, well, I'm not sure what to do with this, but I know I have to help myself. Go, Romain.
Where is it hitting you in your body?
For me, it just almost my back. Like I'm carrying, I
Yeah.
can see these swords. I'm like I'm carrying someone else's things.
It's exactly, and it ties in with the beginning with the ancestors and the Day of the Dead thematic as well, where that day, well, commercially and what it's become, but historically, what it symbolizes, where you're in the remembering of the past, of the ancestors. So that brings you back, even with your back, which is where you get all that responsibility and all the past that ties in. And it's also your shield. So you can take a lot of things on the back because it's your protection. But all this, it comes back, and then that automatically brings you back into that childhood where you didn't have any responsibilities. And those conflicting memories kind of like balance out each other so that the weight that comes on the shoulders ends up not being so heavy because you have the lightheartedness of the inner child that kind of goes, well, I'll help you because I remember it. And that's where then in the follow-up of the cards, the way they came out with that set of the cycle, where you can then become aware of, well, it's not my load to carry. It was their load, and they're kind of just saying, okay, they're in a sense, it's a way of seeing them kind of like tapping on the shoulder, but you misunderstand the tap. It's a tap. It's not putting the thing back again. So we're just being tapped on the shoulder saying, okay, we honor your journey. Thank you for remembering us, but you don't have to carry this. Go forward and be light and forgive yourself or forgive us, or there's a sense of forgiveness in that whole cycle. And then I must have sensed it in a sense going down to the Lego set, which is very childish, a childish activity. And then it is also staying playful within the body, not just within the mind, but also within the body to align everything and so that the body can have this uplift and outward movement where when you go like this, if you have a cloak or a coat, the coat's going to come off. It's just because you're standing straight and your back is no longer this way to carry stuff. You're here just you're carrying your own body and your body's just nice and straight and light.
And I'm definitely hearing we did this already. Like you don't have to do this as well. We've done this. Like take on the next step. And I really felt that. I was able to when you asked me, I did definitely feel it on my back like I was carrying these bloody sticks. But as soon as you said it's a tap, I felt the shift happen where it was going they're going, "No, no, it's okay. Put it down, forgive." And like you're saying, the cycle, I've kept the cycle out here in its own place here because like I heard you say, you kind of go through it and you feel your self-worth and you get through all that, you go through all the emotions and then you forgive yourself or them. And then you come back to the cycle again because then you get back to this release and then you find your self-worth. Oh, there's a little bit more insecurity to let go of. You're a bit impatient about having to let go of that insecurity. Then you find renewal in forgiveness and then right back down again. And
Yeah.
it's very much this like we've done all the heavy lifting ahead of time. You don't have to redo that heavy lifting. Forgive us for what we did with it. Forgive yourself for what you've done with it. Now let's move forward. And like you said with the Lego set, how you get back is with playfulness, that almost nostalgia of being a kid. You just find things that make you feel so good and joyful, and this inspired action expanding time, that even though that doesn't make any logical sense, but that is how you come back to yourself.
And while you still have the cards in hands, with that's it's what I call the spiral of healing. Because
Mm.
healing is this spiral where it's not a complete loop, it's just spiraling. And once in a while, the spiral will come back down to revisit something that you were not able to see in a certain perspective in the past, but having healed a part of it, a layer of it, you can come back and see what was underneath and then redo the spiral and everything. So there's also that sense of when you get this hurt or this thing, there's this sense of, oh man, why am I back here? There's a sense of failure, or, I've been through this already. Why do I have to, why isn't it gone? Because it's never, it's never really gone. It's just you're coming back to it to make it better again and again and again. So it's never a setback or a failure. It's always something to spring you forward. And that's where the body is is really beautiful in its consciousness, where it has this wisdom of setting you up to be in the spot where you need to be and see the things you need to see them even as you're feeling them. Because when you have a hurt in this, like in the shoulder, or you have the limp because you're hurting, you're moving differently. And that motion, that sense of movement makes you do things differently and forces you to see things in another perspective. And that's what I find, that's the beauty and the miraculous way that the body works in. It always amazes me.
That's amazing because I can feel that obvious spiral, and your Substack has been really lending itself to that
Mm.
understanding of the spiral coming in and out of things again. Um, But what I hear is, like you're saying, it's a completely different view you have, even as something as simple as I've seen this bloody cycle continue, but today I stubbed my toe, so now I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking, oh, F this couch and F my house. And then I look at the situation and go, oh, I see it, whatever, from my grandmother's perspective now, or whatever, when you thought I totally was not even thinking about that cycle. I thought I had, oh, I'm better than my grandmother, off I go. I learned the lesson, but then you stub your toe and you go, oh, I totally see it differently. And it's so crazy that you're saying the body has that ability to know when it's ready to see and hear things differently to give you that next level of growth. Very cool.
Can you show us the last three ones?
Now these, yep. One and two and three.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because even this, it's upright. You've got your childlike wonder, you've got all the
Yeah.
cups filled. There's like literally children buying from a market here. This the fact that he is carrying all the wands is the weight on the back, but he's reversed. Like he's ready to let go of this burden. And this reverse of the six of coins, meaning the coins are dropping out, there's this reversal of we're not going to take on burdens. We are literally going to do the self-care. We're going to flip our thoughts on their heads to be more in line with self-care than beating ourselves up about the past. There's one more card, and I don't know what it is. Who's yelling at me? Someone yelling. Oh, it's the moon. Oh, I never pulled the moon. Okay,
Ooh.
interesting. Let's go. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, here it is. The whole deck just totally flipped itself over to give me this random card in the middle. And it is full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity.
Yeah.
And also perfect timing for Halloween
Yeah.
and everything that we just capped off here. We're releasing all of the negativity, negativity towards ourselves, negativity that we have in beliefs about the past ancestors, all the way to, as very simple as your parents, all the way to, your 16th great grandparents. They had decisions to make, and we're letting go of all of the negativity about it because they were human too, and so are we.
Just like releasing doves from a cage.
Well, we'll go with bats now because it's Halloween.
Okay, that's. Oh, wow, this was fun. This was a fun one.
This was really good. I really like this.
So, to those who are watching, if you got this far, thank you and congratulations. You can find Sarah on her Instagram, and you do polls. They can contact you for polls.
Yep, I do polls, I do cards, I do meditations, and I like to just chat if you're into that.
Awesome. And me, if you have any body problems, you can DM me, contact me, and we'll get you all fixed and sorted out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this, Romaine. This was so
You're
fun.
welcome.